At the London Stadium, under the pressure of an early hammer blow from Lucas Paquetá, Chelsea didn't just recover, they erupted. What followed was a masterclass in resilience, precision, and ruthless finishing. By the final whistle, the scoreboard read West Ham 1, Chelsea 5. A demolition job, a London derby humiliation, and perhaps a turning point in Chelsea's season. Let's break this down. The goals, the drama, the individual brilliance, and the very real problems now mounting on Graham Potter's shoulders. 6 minutes in, West Ham fans were still warming into the atmosphere when Lucas Paquetá decided to ignite the stadium with a thunderbolt. From distance, he unleashed a strike so pure, so venomous, that it left Chelsea's goalkeeper rooted to the spot. The roar from the stands was deafening. 1-0, West Ham. At that moment, it felt like Chelsea were in for another long day at the office. Remember, they had just lost Cole Palmer during the warm-up, a huge blow to their creative spark. The narrative was writing itself. Chelsea without Palmer? Vulnerable, shaky, maybe beatable. But football, as we know, writes its own stories. Fast forward to the 15th minute. West Ham win a corner. João Pedro, their summer signing, steps up in a way that screamed, "This is why I'm here." He rose above West Ham's defense with hunger, with power, and directed a bullet header into the back of the net. Equalizer. Just like that, Chelsea had silenced the London Stadium. And from that moment on, there was only one team truly in control. 8 minutes later, Chelsea's passing triangles opened up West Ham's defense like a hot knife through butter. Pedro Neto, making the kind of darting run that leaves defenders guessing, found himself in space. One touch, one finish, clinical. 2-1 Chelsea. In less than 20 minutes, the Blues had flipped the script completely. From then on, you could feel the confidence oozing back into their play. Passes were sharper, tackles were fiercer, and West Ham looked rattled. Their early joy had evaporated into nervous glances at one another. Chelsea were just warming up. Now let's talk about Estêvão, the Brazilian teenager, making his first Premier League start. And what a stage to step into. A London derby, pressure sky high, and replacing none other than Cole Palmer. But instead of nerves, what did we see? Confidence, swagger, vision. In the 34th minute, Estêvão danced past his marker and slid the perfect pass into the path of Enzo Fernández. And Enzo, he wasn't missing that. Bang! 3-1 Chelsea. The kid had just written his name into Premier League folklore. From a last-minute lineup change to an assist in your very first start. That's the kind of story Chelsea fans live for. At the break, Chelsea were cruising 3-1. West Ham looked shell-shocked. Their fans booed as the players trudged off, and you could sense the growing frustration directed at Graham Potter. Concede 3 at home in 45 minutes against your London rival? That's unforgivable in the eyes of the Hammers faithful. But unfortunately for West Ham, things were about to get worse. Much worse. Football matches are often decided in small moments. And for West Ham, those moments came from set pieces. 54th minute, Chelsea whip in a corner. West Ham's new goalkeeper, Mads Hermansen, nervous, hesitant, unsure, fails to command his area. The ball drops, chaos ensues, and Moisés Caicedo reacts fastest. Goal, 4-1 Chelsea. 4 minutes later, déjà vu. Another corner, another defensive lapse, and this time, Trevoh Chalobah towers over everyone to not at home. 5-1 Chelsea. At this point, the game was no longer a contest. It was a training session in front of 60,000 stunned supporters. Let's give credit where it's due. João Pedro, a goal, an assist, and the kind of leadership Chelsea fans have been craving. He's not just settling in, he's becoming a talisman. Pedro Neto, electric, unpredictable, decisive. His goal epitomized his style. Quick, sharp, devastating. Enzo Fernández, calm, composed, and ruthless in front of goal. Estêvão, the 17-year-old starlet. On debut, he played with the freedom of a street footballer and the composure of a veteran. If this is a taste of the future, Chelsea fans should be excited. And then there's Moisés Caicedo, often criticized, often under pressure, but today he was immense, breaking up play, dictating tempo, and even grabbing a goal for himself. Exactly what Chelsea paid big money for. Now let's flip the script. West Ham were woeful. Their defense crumbled under the simplest of set pieces. Hermansen, their new goalkeeper, had a debut to forget. Instead of inspiring confidence, he spread panic. Their captain, Chalobah, couldn't hide his frustration. The midfield was outworked, the defense outmuscled, and the attack isolated. Lucas Paquetá's wonder strike was the only silver lining in an otherwise disastrous afternoon. And the numbers don't lie. 2 matches, 8 goals conceded. A new Premier League record for the Hammers, for all the wrong reasons. This isn't just a bad day, this is a crisis brewing. Which brings us to Graham Potter. 2 games into the season, and already the pressure is suffocating. A 3-0 defeat to Sunderland, now a 5-1 humiliation at home to Chelsea. Yes, managers need time. Yes, building a system is a process. But football is a results business. And right now, West Ham fans are not seeing results. They're seeing embarrassment. The board has a decision to make. Stick with Potter and ride out the storm, or cut ties before the season spirals out of control. The next few weeks could decide his future. So what does all this mean? For Chelsea, this was more than just 3 points. It was a declaration that even without Cole Palmer, they have depth, creativity, and hunger. That João Pedro and Estêvão are not just squad players, they're game changers. For West Ham, alarm bells are ringing. Defensive frailties, poor goalkeeping, and a manager under siege. Unless something changes fast, this season could unravel quickly. But one thing's certain, Chelsea fans will remember this day. A London derby, 5 goals, and a new chapter, perhaps just beginning. Chelsea 5, West Ham 1. And a new chapter, perhaps just beginning. If you enjoyed this highlight, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe for more match reactions, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Was this Chelsea's best performance of the season? And is Graham Potter already in trouble at West Ham? I'll see you in the next one.